Stars in our center, and certainly a gentleman who has dedicated his life to spiritual practice. Would you please make welcome Mr. Brian Akers?
Morning. So I had this whole huge, great power talk planned out for you guys, and then I woke up this morning and, well, there you go. I was on my way here, and every morning, his name just escaped me, but every morning I listen to a bishop who has his services played over the radio on one of my favorite radio stations. And it's a Catholic service. And I listen to it because I stumbled upon it months ago, and it seems every single time that I listen to it, I gain something from it. And it's not just the fact that I gain something from his message, but I'm more connected and more understanding of another faith. How awesome is that, to be able to change where you're listening from? And it got me to thinking this morning, because his message was very simple. His message was that the kingdom of heaven is for the Lord to manage, but that there's no one here on heaven to manage the Lord's work except those who he has placed here to do so. And that's us. And it got me to thinking about this concept, this idea that in this world that we're living right now, not talking about what happens after we leave here or where we came from before that, but if we're just talking about this right here, there has to be a steward of God's work in this place, in this realm. And isn't it interesting that we find ourselves at the precipice of consciousness as human beings? And so, what I realized was that by furthering and deepening my understanding of my personal faith, that I was hearing his message from a new place. Because I had taken the time to understand my own faith more clearly, regardless of the vocabulary that was being used to describe it, I knew the Word of God when I heard it spoken. How many times do we find ourselves in our lives where we're having conversations, and what the person is saying kind of sounds like it's about right, but because they're not saying it the way that we're saying it, it's wrong? Raise your hand if you've ever had that thought. I hear what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying, however, yada, 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 yada. I know we want to make it personal, we want to make it ours, we want to be right. That's a whole other talk. But what I'm here to talk to you about today is that there is no point in faith without works. There is no manifestation of truth without action. That which is the Word, which is your word, which is your power in your world, is that which creates law, and law is your life. So what the minister was saying to me today was not to worry about that which God is already managing. It's not to worry about that which is already under the guidance and the direct leadership of the hand of God, but to accept my personal responsibility to co-create with God my life here and now in this world as Brian. And so this week, this month, I'm dedicating my life to my works. See, because I've spent all this time studying my faith, I understand my faith, and I'm deepening my understanding of my faith constantly. So where does it become real? And the answer is that it becomes real wherever I lay my hand, speak my word, and live my life from a practical place of creating that which is heaven, which is the Lord's realm here on earth. Be angels. Create heaven on earth. Thank you.